It's time to feel the rage. Welcome to Film Rage, where we talk movies in theaters, streaming, and classic films as well. Directors and actors beware, as you cannot hide from the rage. My name is Bryce, and I'm part of the Film Rage crew, which also includes Jim. Hey there, Jim.
Hey, Bryce.
And Murray, who I have no idea if he watched any of the films we went to this week, as I did not see him at the cinema, but I can't wait to find out. Hey there, Merman.
Yo.
So with the introductions out of the way, let's rage on.
And I as well did not know what Murray saw.
All right, then.
That's two of us. Well, thanks to all been supporting us. If you love our independent podcast, please like, subscribe, share, and give us a 5-star rating on your listening platform. Or support us and join the Film Rage community by joining our membership at buymeacoffee.com/FilmRageYYC. If you cannot commit to a membership, you can still buy us a movie rental and dare us to see a terrible film. And we'll watch it, as long as it played in cinemas anywhere in the world. Now, let's get to raging. But first, here's a word from our sponsor. Money Penny.
Hey, Bryce, what are you doing tonight?
I'm going to my favorite cinema, Canyon Meadows Cinema, to see the best second-run movies at the best price.
What? How inexpensive are they?
Regular price is $5, $5.
Regular price is $5. Makes me hope they also serve pizza.
They do, plus a lot of other great food choices. Plus, I'm planning my office Christmas party there. They can host a plethora of options for any get-together. Gaming, movie, drag show.
Drag show? Now I know where I'm planning my next party.
Hey, maybe you think there's a Liam Neeson or superhero movie planned?
I hope not. But maybe there'll be a great independent documentary.
Sure. Call CMC at 403-670-5444 to book a special event or go online at canyonmeadowscinema.ca.
You know what the most exciting thing from this last week was? Any guesses?
I have no idea.
We saw 3 films in cinemas.
That is exciting.
I know, right? And even more exciting, we're going to talk, us men are going to talk about women talking.
Oh. Yes, we are. Okay, women talking.
I have bated breath. I want to hear what this man has to say about these women who are talking.
It is pretty serious stuff here. So Women Talking is a fictionalized story inspired by actual events that occurred in a Mennonite community in Bolivia from 2005 to 2009. The true story is unimaginably horrifying, as 150 females from the ages of 5 to 65 were drugged and raped. Normally, Mennonites would handle their own business, but thankfully in this case, the elders of the community reported the crimes to Bolivian authorities. In the end, 8 men got 25-year sentences. But this is not that story exactly.
No, that's not the story I saw.
But instead a different spin where it is the women that must decide what to do in the face of such atrocities. They come up with 3 options. They can do nothing, they can stay and fight, or they can leave the community. They put it to a vote, and they split on 2 of the choices. Much of the film is the discussion of these 2 remaining scenarios. They debate the merits of each option, and as they do, they examine some big questions about their roles in the community and their relationships with God, and a bunch of other really serious stuff. The simple solutions seem not so simple as they examine all aspects of any actions that they may take. The whole cast is up to the weight of the material, and Sarah Polley as director gets the most out of everyone. Polley is a director to be reckoned with, as she has now made 4 films that have been very good to outstanding. Women Talking was outstanding, or even more accurately, it was Mondo.
Oh, snap. Nice. Huh.
Thought I'd give you a little history lesson there.
That was a great, you know what? Because I know that this was based on a true story, but now that you actually gave me all the insight, I could not be more happy to know that information.
There you go.
So this film had a different feel than I expected. And as we walked out of the cinema, I actually turned to Bryce and I said, this was a different movie than I thought I was going to see. And then he proceeded to say to me, I'm just going to have a conversation with myself that pretending I'm you. And you proceeded to tell me that that's not the one you got from the trailer. The one you saw was the one you expected. And I said, no, that's not the film. A film that is exactly what the title says, women talking.
Yes.
I wanted this film to go on for another hour and a half. The insight and process to get through this tough decision these women had to put themselves through was threefold, as you had mentioned. Do nothing and forgive, fight, or flee, which is what I would imagine most of us from an outsider's perspective and thought this might be an easy decision. With a colony full of rape, incest, abuse, pedophilia, where the characters are well developed and you understand everything, and yet portrayed in a respectful and courteous way to the damage that is put upon these women. They, on the other hand, didn't find it that easy to come to that decision. The line that, in my opinion, summed this movie up so well was, I have to leave or I will become a killer. And to think that the wisdom of the matriarch of this group of ladies says in a later comment, I'm not paraphrasing because I can't remember exactly what she says, but we have to leave because of our primary beliefs in pacifism. Because if they stay, it will not work for them or against them for their attackers. And I just thought it was such an insight. Like every single piece of this was just further insight into the people, the characters, the thought process that these women went through. And, there's a significant amount of anger from some of them. Mm-hmm. There's so much wisdom in this film, and that these topics are not just for a religious cult who abuse their women. This story is a metaphor for humanity and the freedom to have which women never have because of their attackers, and how often they are constantly abused and affected. I love how these women get down to business, boss a man around to take notes on the meeting, and then make shit happen. All done what appears to be in a sepia color palette for the entire movie. Ooh, this must have been, is that my time? Like my time's up? Yeah, so the coloration of this really brought you to the dirty past of 2010.
Yes.
Which was also a surprise to me. On this dusty cult, I could have watched this for another hour and a half, even though the queen of all acting, Frances McDormand, was only in it for about 3 minutes, and yet her story is told, as is the story of all these women, through this powerful women enablement mondo of a film. This film is, it wasn't like any film I'd seen before. Like I really love the direction style of this, that Polley really, to your point, she really captured every single character and developed them well from just dialogue. Yep. Right? Like it's very dialogue heavy film, but it doesn't feel like it's long. Like it really didn't. When its credits come up, I'm like, what do you mean it's over? And then I look at my watch. This has been over an hour and a half. Mm-hmm. Right? Yeah.
No, it flies by. It's just a really good movie.
Yeah. And
at the end of the day,
I don't think I could call out just one actor as being above the rest, because it was such an evenly balanced cast.
Yeah, if ever there was a cast where everybody pulled their weight, and
even the little CLFs, they were great. They were incredible.
Yeah. So, this was this powerful film, worth watching. I can't imagine anybody that I can think of that shouldn't watch this movie.
Yeah, well, especially people who have a perspective, perhaps, that women can't think through a process. So, which apparently the elders of this community were maybe in that camp. So, cool beans. Mur, did you get to see this one?
Nope.
All right.
Moving on.
I think Murray prefers Sarah Polley's documentaries instead.
Ah, yeah.
I prefer movies that don't depress
She's
me.
got one feature-length documentary, and it is spectacular.
It is pretty spectacular.
Is she running away from zombies?
No, that's her acting career.
You're getting it all mixed up, man.
Yeah, that's just when she actually likes to run by.
Is she wearing pigtails on the island and running through meadows?
No, not that I'm aware of.
And it's not. He likes the joy in the zombie, I guess.
But I've lost interest.
He's lost. Okay. So we also got to see a movie called Living.
Yes.
This film is quiet and slow. And although a period piece filmed in dark and dreary London and its suburbs, it generates a warmth and glow from a slow start that keeps you in a state of perpetual smiling joy. Bill Nighy, the acting guy, captivates every scene he enters, and you cannot take your eyes and focus off of him the entire time he's on screen. The dialogue is slowly presented and sparse but poignant. At times, its humor is so dry, you sometimes think it doesn't exist, but it does.
Yes.
And the director, Oliver Hermanus, has an amazing grasp on facial and situational acting, so much so you understand and feel so much from the silence and the looks of every single cast member. Normally I say this kind of movie should move you to places of tears, especially how our main character dies. And the fact that he dies almost halfway through the film. But this is one of those films that has a slow building level of joy right up until the closing scene. Even in the sadness, I still had a smile on my face for the entire movie. Like, we'll break this out a little bit in a few minutes once you've had a chance to talk about it. The actors were stellar. Direction was subtly joyful, direct, and insightful. At the beginning, I started my inner dialogue with, oh my God, why the fuck is this another period piece? But 10 minutes into the film, I forgot I was in the 50s and was transported to a place of joy and comfort for over an hour and a half of a character-driven, dark and dreary, joyful mondo of a film. I freaking love this movie. This so far is probably the top of my film list for this year. Bill Nighy was just so outstanding.
All right.
You see this one?
Nope.
All right. It was too dreary for him.
Actually, I heard he was nominated for an Oscar. I might have actually gone and seen it.
Whoa.
Okay.
But I didn't.
There you have it.
Living tells the story of Williams, the head of the Public Works Department, played by Bill Nighy,
The acting guy.
in post-World War II London after he has been informed that he has a terminal illness. From here, we watch him take stock of his life, accept his circumstances, try to live a little, and perhaps even do some good with the time he has left. This film is so well written. It is based on Kurosawa's Akira, which takes place in Tokyo about the same time and has its lead character go on a similar journey, but they were completely different experiences for me. I only bring this up because, I think everyone should check out the Kurosawa flick as well from 1952.
Did you rewatch it again?
Did.
Okay.
For that matter, just take the weekend and have a Kurosawa film festival. You can't go wrong with whatever you would watch, but I would suggest including Redbeard, High and Low, and I Live in Fear in your viewing. But back to Living and the journey of Williams. As we follow along, Williams realizes that in the end, if you can leave the world a little better, then your life was worthwhile. Stellar cast, stellar script, beautifully shot, with a tone that sucks you right into the era, makes Living mondo.
Isn't it interesting that we don't say this, like I don't say this very often, and I know you think this very often, but it's not very often that we get a remake that is even comes close to the original.
Yeah.
And this one does such a great job of that.
It really does. And if you're comparing the two, they're both outstanding.
Yeah.
And they're just different enough that I didn't feel like I was watching the same movie again.
Yeah.
And what Bill Nighy brings to the role, no one else could bring to that role.
Yeah.
He is so good. And if what Murray says is true and he's going to get recognized by whoever, that's cool.
By a bunch of people who never saw the movie.
Yeah.
Yeah. I mean, I'm always happy that actors get awards for stuff that they were nominated and awarded from people that didn't actually see them do it.
People go, hey, I like him.
Yeah, he should have won.
He should get an award.
Yeah.
Oh, wait a second. Have you watched the movie? No.
No, that's not.
But I get to pick who wins.
That's right.
But
That's
you didn't watch the movie. So how do you get to pick who wins? Oh, because I'm old
and I'm
white and I'm in the academy.
Exactly. Yeah. That's just a reason why we don't like award shows. So.
Yeah.
Also because they usually get it wrong. This there was times in this I felt that I never felt it was draggy at all. But it was really good character evolution. Like right up into the point where his business buddies at near the end of the film and they have to go in retrospect, which really does kind of make you think, like, most people think their value in any situation from their memory is greater than but when they actually got together and started talking about the fact
started comparing notes on
they said, wait a minute, this wasn't us, this was all Bill Nighy's character, and the whole reason it's there
it was all
William, right? So this film, like, I really felt the entire movie, even in the moments of sadness. I don't know how he did it, but I still felt so much joy. Like, I just had a constant smile on my face. I'm not sure if you felt the same way. Like, I didn't feel sad through this. Like,
no.
I asked my wife originally, hey, do you want to come see this with us? And she's like, well, you told me what it's about. This guy dies, and she says, I don't want to see any depressing things like that. And I'm like, okay. And then I got home afterwards and I said, this wasn't depressing at all. You would have loved this.
Yeah, it was so good. Loved this movie.
Oh, well, Murray, you know what that means.
What's that mean?
You missed it last time, so get on the ball this time.
That's right. There you go.
Technically, Jim never actually said the last one was a Mondo.
Yeah, I did.
Yeah, I did.
No, he didn't.
Yeah, you weren't listening.
I didn't hear it.
Yeah, because
okay.
you weren't listening.
Well, we'll play it back for you after the podcast, Murray.
That's right.
You say a lot of things.
Exactly. Get on the job, mister. So, yeah. That was the two we just saw in cinemas.
Yep.
But there was a special event that we got invited to. An early release of Baby Cronenberg's new film,
Baby Cronenburg.
Infinity Pool, by our friends at Calgary Underground Film Fest, which everybody can find at calgaryundergroundfilm.org, even if you don't live in Canada, and you can see why this is our favorite festival that's ever walked the planet.
There you go. All right, sir. Infinity Pool is directed by Brandon Cronenberg, or as we affectionately call him, Baby Cronenberg. And let me just say, Brandon Cronenberg, you are the man. I mean, we get violence and orgies and body horror and disturbing images and biting humor, all mixed with a little social commentary. Its tone changes gears 4 or 5 times throughout the film. Seamlessly, absolutely seamlessly, this changes gears 4 or 5 times. And every time it's like supremely effective. It is a comedy and a horror film and a political thriller all in one. Alexander Skarsgård is great as James Foster, who ends up killing someone while on vacation in a foreign land and it's given a way out of his punishment. He can pay some cash and a perfect double will stand in for his execution. This is the launching point for the insanity that follows. From here, the film goes bonkers in a good way. Mia Goth as Gabby is mesmerizing in this as she devours every scene she is in. She is wicked and she is hilarious. The debauchery that fuels her is fantastic. This is such an enjoyable experience as we watch the horror before us. I love this film, that solidifies Brandon Cronenberg as one of my favorite directors. Infinity Pool was Mondo.
Oh, baby. Murr, did you get to see this one?
Nope.
All right, then. So that was a 3-way nothing for the Murr. He was too busy waiting for a superhero film to come out.
Exactly.
So, Brandon Cronenberg, a.k.a. Baby Cronenberg, or a new hip name for Baby Cronenberg, B. Crones.
B. Crones.
For short, has us check in to an all-inclusive resort that lets you have all you can eat, drink, fuck, murder, and renew yourself, coming out refreshed and revitalized like a newborn baby.
Baby.
The cinematography, music, and the direction of this film is original and all-encompassing, that draws you in and has this slow-burning, sadistic, transformative film take you places you kind of expect, but never really do. It at times is hard to watch the levels of opulence, sadism, and narcissism that our resort cult we are introduced brings us. And at times, you feel, what the fuck? Is anyone going to take these bastards down a peg? After seeing a few films this last year where they poke fun at aristocrats in a way that makes them seem kind of foolish and fun to laugh at. Think like The Menu or Triangle of Sadness. Mm-hmm. But our boy B. Crones is having none of that.
No.
Don't get me wrong. There are things in this that are funny. But at no time in this did I think, haha, this is funny. Look at those douchebags, rich people. I'm better than them. I never once thought that. No, B. Crones takes us to levels of depravity and dread. That is the epitome of opulence, where the true horror is. This is where real horror lives. In fact, or better yet, the rich will have always gotten away with murder. And this truly scares me. Mm-hmm. There was a time in this film that I was starting to feel that the film was hitting a bit of a lull. In fact, it happened a couple of times, and I think that you kind of alluded to that. But no sooner was I feeling that we are quickly brought out by something I was either shocked by or pleasantly surprised by. And at one point, I also thought, I'm finding this a little hard to believe that our second favorite Skarsgård would ever go along with this cult. But then, holy fucking guacamole, Mia Goth could make me want to do anything, including sacrifice and eat my own parents. I've decided right now, and please, my future wife, Lupita Nyong'o, don't listen. I don't want to offend you in any way, shape, or form. But Mia Goth is the sexiest person who has ever lived, who ever will live. And this film proves that 100%. I don't care who sees this movie. When you see Mia Goth through this entire thing, you can believe that she could drive anybody to want to do the worst possible things to anybody. I could drink my own doppelganger's dead corpse's blood from her nipple any day of the week. This film has all B. Crones films, have so far took me places I never expected to go, and was extremely excited and surprised to go to this all-inclusive mondo of a film. And we got some unpacking to do with this film. I did have to go back and rewatch his other two full features.
Yeah.
We're ready, Mur.
Mondo!
Nice.
Mondo!
Sweet. This, yeah, he has, like, when I went back and watched his original one, and he took a long time between films. Like, his first film that came out, he didn't get picked up right away. And the funniest thing about it is I don't think any of his films have actually made any money. You're gobsmacked?
Well,
I'm just waiting.
I have a pretty good reason for that.
Why?
His films are really weird. And
Yes.
They don't really appeal to the average moviegoer.
Yeah, but people who love horror,
Also, Why Women Talking was in one screen in the whole city?
it was. But it's also isn't that also up for some kind of award? Murray?
Yeah, no, she's got a couple nominations. But the thing is,
Oh, but I thought
if-
that was important.
if they want more people to see it, they have to put it in on more screens.
They have to win.
You're preaching to
You're
the choir
preaching to the
there,
choir.
mister.
I guarantee you, if any one of these 3 movies were at Crowfoot, I probably would have gone to see them.
There you go.
But they weren't.
Because they're only in art house films. Actually, except for the last Chrome Bone, because that one was at the biggest cinema.
Oh yeah, no, it
in
opened
Calgary.
everywhere. It just looked really
Yeah.
weird.
Yeah, so
As much as I love the Skarsgård, it looked too weird for me.
yeah, it was probably
I
a
don't
little
think
too
I would've
weird for
enjoyed it as
Murray.
much.
It was fantastic.
Which is kind of a benefit to us, in all honesty, because if Murray doesn't see any Brandon Cronenberg
Yes, I know
films,
you can mondo all over the
then we
place.
can mondo all over the place, and in
And
5
eventually
more films,
he will
Brandon
be
Cronenberg will be undoubted.
undoubted.
Until Murray decides to go,
I
you know what?
I have to go see a Cronenberg movie and rage on it.
No, you don't.
You don't.
You
Yeah,
just stay
I guess
home.
I guess I did.
No, just stay home.
Yeah, I don't think you could watch a Cronenberg film and rage on it.
I think I probably could.
I don't think you could.
I don't think
you
you
would
could.
not have raged on
I
this.
think I
And-
probably could.
And so Antiviral,
Yeah.
you know, when Antiviral came out, I watched it the first time. I liked it. I watched it the second time. I freaking love this movie.
Yeah.
To me, that's almost like was a gift that, Dad, I've been
loved it
watching
the first
you.
time.
I liked it a lot, but I don't remember how much I liked it.
I remember how much I liked it.
Yeah, well, now I really like it too. Well, your favorite boy, Caleb Landry Jones, is the main actor in it. And
Yeah.
to me, Antiviral is almost like, here is an offering up to my father, David. It has a real Papa Cronenberg type of feel to it.
Yeah, it's got that vibe.
But then Possessor, you can see his influence in Antiviral. When you watch Possessor, it's like Papa Cronenberg wouldn't have done what Brandon did. And in this one, this is all Brandon all the time through this entire movie, from the getting the right cinematographer for the shots, the music choices that he uses. Not that Papa doesn't use all these things too, but he's put his signature on this.
Yeah.
And I just hope that by him using, in my opinion, like the evolved A-list actors, putting Mia Goth in this, who's on a huge ramp up
Yep.
after her big year last year with Pearl and
X.
Thanks, Mer. This was such a pleasant surprise,
Yeah.
and he likes to fuck with your mind, and this
Oh.
was just
And it's fantastic.
and not to spoil anything. And at the all-inclusive, and they take the bus ride back to the airport.
Yep.
That in
Oh.
itself was just the funniest situation.
It was just
And then what Skarsgård does after
Yeah.
that, it was like, we don't want to spoil it, but
he's just broken.
if you're totally fucked up by this film, you have to watch it to the very end because it's just so worth it.
Yeah. I just love this. What a great week we had. At
This
the
is
movies.
I don't think we've ever had a week where we've seen 3 films and all 3 of them were Mondo.
Mondo. Just so good.
Right, Mer?
Sure.
You missed out.
You missed out.
Yeah, I don't think so.
Now what everybody's been waiting for.
Well, you two are not going to like my topic this week.
Oh, yes, we will.
No, you will not.
Oh.
But this is my time, so too bad.
All right.
Since I didn't see any of the movies this week, it will probably
Gerard
be the
Butler?
only chance I get to talk. This week, I will be discussing the Oscar nominations.
All right.
All right.
Hey, we're not disappointed.
Yeah. Let's
Yeah.
give them to
Let's
us.
have it.
All right.
I know. We don't care about award shows.
It's true.
Except I still do.
All right.
And I still have dreams of being involved with a film that actually gets nominated someday.
Nice.
And maybe even getting on stage myself. That is
Whoa.
my dream. Leading the nominations with 11 is one you'll both appreciate.
Okay.
Everything, Everywhere, All at Once.
It was fantastic.
It was a great
which
movie.
our friends at Cuff presented last year. We
Yes,
were
they
lucky
did.
enough to attend.
Mhm.
Along with Best Picture, it also got noms for the Director's Daniel, that's plural,
Daniels, yeah.
Yep.
all the female actresses, including Jamie Lee Curtis,
Nice.
and sentimental favorite, Ki-Hugh Kwan,
Yep.
a.k.a. Short Round.
That's right.
Yeah.
Or Data.
Data Brent Spiner?
No, from Goonies.
Oh, okay.
We're still talking about the same
I
guy.
think I saw like 5 minutes of that movie.
And
Anyway,
yes, Murray, Data is also Brent Spiner.
Yes. This was a very strange film, but I know we all loved it.
Yes, we did.
See, you can like strange. You're trying to convince us you
but
don't like
it was
strange.
and campy. It wasn't strange, bizarre, and mess with my mind.
All right.
That's true. It
I'm
wasn't
also not a
that.
big fan of horror films, as you know.
That's true.
Tied for second with 9 nominations were All Quiet on the Western Front.
I still haven't watched
A
it.
German
I don't want to. I
film
saw the
have
original one.
never heard of that I assume deals with World War II.
Yeah, isn't
9
it a remake?
nominations.
Yeah.
Isn't it a
Including
remake?
Both Best Pictures.
Yeah.
Foreign and regular. Like,
Net-
I'd never even heard of it.
Netflix is so happy.
I know
right
the
now.
original was,
Yeah.
what, 1950s or something? Like, it was a long time ago.
Yep.
But, and also with 9 is The Banshees of Inisherin,
Yes.
Look at
which
that.
I know you both also love.
We did.
Along with Best Picture and Best Director, all the actors were also nominated.
Nice.
All 3 males and the 1 female.
Cool.
The Fablemans also got 6, including John Williams in probably his last time doing music for a
Oh,
film.
John Williams.
And of course Spielberg. Canada's own Sarah Polley also picked up some nominations for her film Women Talking.
Cool.
I'm not going to go through all the minor categories because nobody really cares about those.
And we only have an hour podcast.
Yeah. Special shout out to Calgary filmmakers Amanda Forbes and Wendy Tilby, who picked up a nomination for her animated short The Flying Sailor.
Yeah, we saw that.
That's
Which we saw.
awesome.
It's one of the
That's
best.
it.
It's
Yeah.
one of the
It was
best
so good.
shorts.
Nice job, ladies. I'm just
And
gonna
nice film.
I'm going to run down.
Awesome
I actually
film.
saw it. It was a little weird for me, but it was fun.
I love
I know
it.
you watched it with us.
I did. I'm just going to run, and I don't even
We
like
we
shorts.
were there.
And I don't like shorts. I'm just going to run down the major categories, which of course we don't care about. Best Picture, All Quiet on the Western Front.
Boo.
Avatar, Way of Water.
Boo.
Banshees of Inisherin.
Yay.
Elvis.
Boo.
Everything, Everywhere, All at Once.
Yay.
The Fablemans. Tar.
Yay.
Top Gun Maverick.
Boo.
Triangle of Sadness.
Yay.
And Women Talking.
Yay.
And I still only seen half of these. Best Director, we have Ruben Ostlund, Triangle of Sadness.
Yay.
Todd Field, Tar.
Yay.
The Daniels, Everything Everywhere All at Once.
Yay.
Martin McDonough, The Banshees of Inisherin.
Yay.
And of course Spielberg for The Fablemans. Best Actor, we have Austin Butler for Elvis.
Boo.
Colin Farrell, The Banshees of Inisherin.
Yay.
Brendan Fraser, The Whale.
Yay.
Paul Mescal, After Sun.
Didn't
Bill
see it.
and Bill Nighy, Living.
Yay.
I'm really pulling for Fraser. It was undoubtedly the best performance of his career.
I want Bill.
And I just watched The Mummy again.
I want the whale
I want Bill.
because that was my award last year.
Best Actress, Kate Blanchett, Tar.
Yay.
Anna de Armas, Blonde. Andrea Riseborough to Leslie, which apparently was very controversial because they, did a little hustling to get her nominated.
Nice.
Okay.
Michelle Williams, The Fablemans. And Michelle Yeoh, Everything, Everywhere, All at Once.
Yay.
Best Supporting Actor, Brendan Gleeson, The Banshees of Inisherin.
Yay.
Hopefully he still has all 10 fingers.
Probably not.
Brian Tyree Henry, Causeway.
Huh?
Judd Hirsch, The Fablemans. Barry Keegan, The Banshees of Inisherin.
Yay.
Ki-Hugh Kwan, Everything, Everywhere, All at Once.
Yay.
Short round. Finally, Best Supporting Actress, Angela Bassett, Black Panther, Wakanda Forever. Hong Chow, The Whale.
Yay!
Carrie Condon, The Banshees of Inisherin.
Yay!
And Jamie Lee Curtis and Stephanie Zhu.
Yep.
Yeah.
Everything, Everywhere, All at Once.
Yay!
Nominated. I, for one, will be watching on Oscar night, if only to cheer on Brendan Fraser and Ki Hu Kwan. Definitely not for host Jimmy Kimmel. Ugh,
Boo.
that's all I got.
I got no comment because I'm not going to watch it.
There you go.
I know, but I am.
And I'm not going to care.
I know.
I'm gonna take a look at the odds and see. I might.
Oh, you
I
might-
might,
I know, you'll
I
put
might-
money
I
on
might,
it.
I might have some money on it.
Well,
It's not out of the realm of
If I could find
possibilities.
more than two people to scrape together $5, I might actually have a pool going, but I can't do that anymore.
I'm
so,
just gonna go on to
just
my
saying.
wagering site and
Yeah, you do
I
that.
might just put a shekel or two on a couple.
Shekel.
Oh,
Yeah.
yeah.
$6
You're actually pretty good about
I
it.
actually, what was the one year? It was
You got a lot of them
I
right.
did. Yeah, I did it really well. I actually made a rather substantial wager one year on something that was like, it was on Parasite.
Yeah.
Yeah, which
Yeah.
when I bet it was like 6 to 1.
600 to 1.
No, it was only 6 to 1. But when it actually right before the awards, it like dropped to like 2 to 1. So-
Yeah, what? Like someone
it
didn't have
seems like-
insight.
yeah.
That
Seems
just
like it
goes
seems
to show
pretty
the
fishy.
ethics.
But having said that, I got 6 to 1 because I get when you bet, you get the odds. Yeah, so
Nice.
yeah.
Okay, then.
Good going.
I'll not be watching it for the betting, but
Temperature rising. Vision blurring. Rage taking over.
Oh, sweet, 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 sweet rage. This one,
you guys even have Rage this week? You're like,
yeah, with three
giving
Mondos, you
away
think we
like
wouldn't
candy.
have you didn't think that we would have any because we had 3 Mondos. But let me tell you, folks, here is my rage this week, and I'm hoping I'm stealing Bryce's because we wanted to go Monday night and do our regular double feature.
Didn't you?
No, we did not.
Oh.
And this is my rage. So, as Murray had so poignantly pointed out, the films that we went to see were not playing everywhere, all at once, everywhere. Was it everything all at once, everywhere? Is that the one?
Everywhere, all at once.
There you go, everywhere. So we could only see them at one cinema. But the cinema that we go see doesn't do late shows anymore.
Just on Monday.
Just on Mondays. Every other night.
Monday to Thursday, I think.
Yeah.
Just Friday, Saturday.
Yeah,
Sunday,
Friday,
they-
Saturday, Sunday
Don't
works.
They have shows during the day on the weekends.
Yeah, but Bryce works. So
That's not their fault.
yeah, but
They have
it
limited
is their
staff.
fault.
They have limited staff.
It is their fault. They should be having late night
and
movies.
A year from now, they'll all be out of work.
Because that was there's that because that cinema's closing. The
whole mall is closed.
But the that was actually packed. Like there was probably more people in that
There was
cinema
a lot,
than
yeah.
I've ever seen when we went there.
The Oscar nominations came out last week, and 2 of those movies were nominated, and people realized they hadn't seen them.
Well, maybe they're just for people that
Maybe they
wanted
just
to go see this great a movie.
They just want to go see
No,
a
they
good
wanted
movie.
to check them out. That's
Maybe.
exactly it. That's exactly
but-
it.
Anyway, my rage is
Yeah.
kind of poured from what Murray said, which is he couldn't see this movie at his local cinema because Murray lives like in a suburb of Calgary that's probably
Downtown
about
is 20 minutes.
that's about a half an hour outside of town.
Yeah. I don't know how he even makes it here. You must leave at like 3 a.m.
Yeah.
to get here.
To
I
get
still
here.
live 12 minutes away from you.
Oh.
But that's
Okay, well
that's
then-
not normally
It took me
what
12
happens.
minutes to
that
get
does-
here.
And then he's got to take another
Well, that's
14
not that
minutes.
far away then.
Apparently, it's
So
far.
downtown it is.
It is when you're
Plus, I
walking.
don't like that theater.
When you have to walk because your car's broken down.
The car's not broken. I just don't like driving.
Oh.
There you go.
So you didn't have to walk.
See, I even offered to pick him up, but he didn't.
No.
He's not saying that.
Didn't wanna go.
Anyway, that's not my rage. My rage was
Yes.
let's get these movies in cinemas, and Murray can see them too.
There you go.
Except he doesn't have to watch the Cronenberg films.
No. Just
Not-
stay away from
don't
the
watch
I think,
B.
I think I have
Crones.
to now.
No, you
Don't watch B. Crones.
Don't have
I think,
to go.
I think I do.
Well, if you're
I
gonna
actually
see-
have faith. I think you ain't raging on any of them, and you
No.
might. You
Well,
might.
didn't you see
Gary-
Possessor? You saw
No.
Possessor with us, didn't you?
really?
Really?
Nope, didn't stay for that one either.
And you know what? The other thing I have to mention about B. Crones is
Yes.
that he's a science fiction god. Like every one of his films are kind of science fiction. So
Yes, they are.
That's a thing now.
It's a thing.
It's a thing.
So yeah, movies.
I'm okay with the sci-fi, not so much the horror.
So yeah, movies.
Yeah, movies.
That's better. Crank it.
Yeah, baby.
All right. I went to the movies, and when the film started, all the doors to the theater remained open.
God, this is your rage.
That's my rage. I had to get up and shut all 4 doors to avoid the light and noise coming from the lobby. And while I'm at it, put your bloody walking around phones away. Even if you're sitting behind me, the light is still distracting. Turn it off and put it away. So I guess my rage is avoidable distractions at the movies.
That was
in the same film. Lady behind me turned on her cell phone. I can see it. It's making a glow.
You should
stop.
This is totally a Murray rage, by the way. This is exactly the things that Murray rage is about.
This moment brought to you by Old Man Bryce.
That's my rage.
Influenced by Old Man Murray.
And it's funny you mentioned that because I remember a couple of weeks ago, a couple of guys in the back were making loud noises and laughing while I was watching the movie.
Yes, I remember that too.
Just saying.
Those two were so funny.
But that movie was so bad.
It was so bad.
Just saying. Distractions at the movie.
They're the worst.
They're the worst. Yeah, but we had a private screening.
Pot kettle.
We had a private screening.
It was just us.
Doesn't matter. I was still in a third person.
Yeah, but you were part of us.
Yeah, but you were so far away. We needed to be louder so you could hear us.
That's right. Exactly.
Just saying. Pot kettle.
Pot kettle.
It's pot kettle. Movies, yeah.
Movies, yeah.
Rage subsiding. Pulse slowing. Anger fading.
All right.
Hey, the lists. There's a lot of suspense going on with this.
Why?
I don't know. It's because the music. It's making me think, and then Bryce singing along with it. It's actually building some suspense.
I like our music.
Yeah, I think our music is. You know what? We get told quite often on social media that people enjoy our music. So
this is. I mean, what else could this be but the lists?
I agree.
There you go.
Absolutely. So one of the things we kind of discussed this a little off air. But we talked about it last week that we do need to bring up Kelsey Grammar.
Do we?
Yeah, we do. Just because our listeners didn't get the benefit of you and I talking about it. Because we did decide, he is...
What is he?
Potentially doubted.
He's potentially doubted.
That's right.
All right.
But, the good thing is that we don't have to go through the whole list.
Well, the thing is that we haven't seen anything. I've seen 2 movies out of his last 8.
And they were... What? Don't spoil it. Do you know that? Do you know he has 8 movies upcoming?
Oh, we better do this quick then.
Okay, I'm gonna read these movies.
Okay, I hope you've actually done some research.
No, I didn't do any. We talked about this.
He's got 900 movies, and 90% of them are not in theater.
Well, you remember we talked about this.
So
the first one was, it even says TV movie.
Okay, well then don't even bring it up.
The first movie that doesn't say TV movie is Christmas in Paradise.
Okay.
Which Murray didn't see.
No, I did see it.
Oh, was it Mondo?
Did you see it?
No,
you
course
didn't
not.
see it.
No, I didn't.
Was it Mondo?
Was it Mondo?
No, it was a man. It was
why didn't you say it was Mondo? Then it's over.
Then
it was a holiday movie with Liz Hurley and a couple other people in it.
Nice.
All right.
Okay, well, High Expectations.
Never heard of it.
I don't know what that is.
Okay.
He plays a coach, apparently.
That's right. Miss Willoughby and the Haunted Bookshop. I think that'll be good. Yeah, it sounds good. I kind of want to see it now. Father Christmas is back.
There's no way that's released in theaters. See, if you wanted to talk about this, you needed to do some research and just give me 8 movies that have been released.
You don't have to get excited. Because you're
No,
gonna,
I think I do because we had this
Apparently.
conversation already.
I know.
And I'm like, well, okay, so be prepared at least. And we're just having the same stupid conversation again.
Except there was a reason why we're having it.
Is there?
The God Committee.
I liked it. It was meh.
All right. The Space Between?
I don't know what that is. It sounds good
I
though.
realized you released 5 movies in 1 year.
Yeah.
Yep, that's what happens
that was
when.
that was the middle of
Oh,
COVID.
right. The Space Between was a made-for-TV movie.
Oh,
the
good.
movie after that,
I'm glad
though,
we talked about it then.
it's important. Because the next movie was Money Plane, which
That's right.
you also gave a meh.
It's a rage. Just move
No,
on.
it's not. It's a meh.
It's a rage.
I gave it
It's-
a mad too.
Did you?
There you go.
I think
gave it
you
a
did
meh.
give it a
See, you don't pay
rage.
attention either. I did
I'm
my
pretty sure
minute-
you gave it a
I
rage.
did my minute on it like 2 weeks ago.
That wasn't 2 weeks ago.
I think you actually
that was
did
like
give it
more
a
like
rage.
3 or 4 weeks ago.
2
I'm pretty
weeks.
sure you gave it a rage.
I'm
Murray.
almost positive he gave it a rage.
I am like 100%, but I am 100% positive Bryce gave this a meh.
I don't.
So that's why Kelsey Grammar is not doubted. Although, because he's probably making 8 movies in 1 year, you can pretty much guess we're going to
Why-
be talking
he made
about
2
him
last
next
year.
year.
This is. They got to be in theaters though. He can have his cousin videotape all the things he wants and say it's a movie. Doesn't matter. It's got to be in the theater.
I know.
Okay, so
I'm
come
con-
up with.
I'm convinced.
Do some
I'm
freaking
convinced.
research. Okay, the next time you
I'm
bring
convinced.
bring up Kelsey Grammer, you need to know that they were released. And I don't want you sitting there scrolling through IMDb, listing off every stupid thing he's been in. Just do the research, come up with a list of movies that have been released in theaters, and then we can have this conversation.
if we can do
Until then,
Down Periscope.
shut your yipping trap about Kelsey Grammer. Because everything he puts out, none of it gets released in the theaters.
Except for the 2 that you gave meh. I just want this to all be known
Anyways, whatever.
that it was Bryce. Because I wanted to go on a Kelsey Grammar adventure and create so much rage for this Festivus
it's just
of grammarists.
You just
But you and your evil ways
just
could have kibosh on it with a double meh.
okay, fine.
That's the important part of
That's-
this story.
That's fantastic.
And thank you, Murray, for watching that made-for-TV
So,
Santa Claus
real
movie.
quick,
Christmas movie. Of course, I watched it.
just to change the subject.
That's perfect.
I just want to get your input on whether Sarah Polley is 4 away from Undoubted, or did you give back-to-back mez or anything to her previous 3-4 films
We're talking
3
about her
films.
directions, right?
as a director?
Yeah. Okay. So as a director, we've been
'Cause I've
talking
got-
as a Mondo.
I've got 1 meh and 3 mondos.
Stories We Tell was a Mondo.
Mm-hmm.
Take This Waltz was a Mondo.
Yep.
Away From Her was...
Oh, they're all mondos. Never mind.
Yeah, exactly. I don't know.
Okay.
what you're talking
There's
about.
no meh in there. What was I thinking?
I don't know.
Well, anyways, so yeah, mondo, mondo.
Can we just pause this for a second?
Yeah.
Can you fucking do your research first
I
before
did-
you come out and start
I didn't-
saying we have 3? I know
didn't-
what we have, and this is what we have it.
I didn't bring it up. I only brought it up because I knew that she couldn't. She's on her way.
That's right. You got your lost for words
But she
Yeah.
only had
because you weren't as
4.
prepared. So she's 4 away.
All right.
That's
Nah,
good.
okay.
Now, can we talk about her from an actress perspective?
We can, but
Did you do the work on that?
No, I didn't care.
Why
'cause-
would you not? She's an actress
Has she
too.
been-
I know,
the
but
last
I don't
10
think.
years?
I don't. Think,
Apparently, you're not coming to this podcast as prepared as you expect everybody else to be. I just want everybody to know this is what Murray and I have to deal with on a week basis. First off, Murray doesn't show up because of how unorganized you are.
Yeah, that's it.
Pshaw.
Exactly right.
At any
I'm gonna
rate,
wait around for 20 minutes while he writes.
do you
his
want to
intro.
look at her as? I don't think she's. I don't think
Yeah,
she
so
is.
she's 4. So now she's got. Oh, I don't know. We have to do a lot of work.
She
Yeah.
hasn't been in that.
Because I don't know if she's been in enough movies.
No, I
well,
don't think she has.
Do you want to quickly peek and see if there's movies there?
Nah. Well,
'Cause she
you know
was-
what? Just do it really
Well, you
quick.
can't
'cause-
include TV, right? Which
No.
is where she got started.
well, what does that have to do with the price of tea in China?
Just saying, she's a good actress on TV.
That's the way she got started.
That's right.
Well,
I
she got
watched her in-
started. She got some. How long ago was that?
I don't know, 20 years ago.
Okay, well,
Yeah, that.
She's had 8 movies since then.
But she was in the
know
movie
if she has.
Beowulf and Grendel.
That was animated, wasn't it?
yeah.
No, it's not.
Wasn't it?
It's live
Was that a
action.
live action one?
It's live
Oh, that
action.
one. Yeah, I didn't like that.
That was a rage.
That was a rage. So,
that was quick.
Okay,
you go.
perfect. I would also like to nominate someone for Undoubted. Which I don't know that I don't think we've had this conversation.
Let's have it.
Because even his movies at the end of his life were still really
Kurosawa? Is that what you're bringing up? Okay.
Akira Kurosawa.
Isn't he already on our list somewhere?
No.
He's not, which just shocked me. I went back and looked, and I was like, I don't understand.
Yeah, I never get tired of. Okay.
Guarantee you, I haven't seen any of his movies.
No,
I've seen them all.
I've seen them all too. Ran is probably one of my favorite movies of all time. Kagemusha is also one of my favorite movies of all time. Like he's he's never made a bad film.
Literally can't go wrong. Just
he's Tora. Like I mean,
well, he uncredited.
I know, but it was still
he was part of it.
It was still pretty damn.
He wasn't
pretty damn awesome.
He directed a small portion of it, but he was.
Yeah. I mean, we have to count it, even though. Yeah, no, he's undoubted.
Okay,
for sure.
perfect. That's easy.
So it's funny when you have one of those, right? It's
now
like
it's forever undoubted.
It's forever undoubted, and same with unless Murray decides to watch all 8 of his films, then
you'd have to read
a lot of subtitles.
You have to read subtitles.
So much subtitles.
And are any of those movies less than 3 hours long?
No, they're usually at least 3 hours long.
Exactly.
All right, and okay, so that's good. I'm pleased.
Actually,
that
I am
happened.
Kidding. Most of his films are under 3 hours long.
Yeah, they are.
But Kagemusha was 3 hours long.
Almost all of them.
Almost are over 2 hours.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And then another slam dunk, I think. And I hate to do it because the list is already bloated.
Yeah, but is the Undoubted or the Mesmerized list?
Mesmerizing.
Well, this will be a good question then. I'm very anxious to hear what you're going to say on this.
Well, it's a slam dunk.
It's not. No, Ben Affleck is not mesmerizing.
Well, yeah,
he's repulsive.
He is mesmerizing, but that is not what I'm about to say.
Oh, okay.
Mia Goth is mesmerizing.
Oh.
What, 3 movies?
Yeah, beyond mesmerizing.
We've got someone on there with 1 movie, so if you can't take your eyes off
we took her off though, remember?
Yeah, we did.
We did. Yeah, I would that's a no-brainer for me, absolutely.
Yeah.
I've seen her in 1 movie.
And was she mesmerizing in that movie?
Okay, she wasn't what I was paying attention to, but
well, as the old lady or as the younger version of her?
Younger version. No, I guess she was the old lady too, but no, that wasn't what I was paying attention to.
She was pretty mesmerizing as the old lady, too.
That's all right. I didn't see a need for a prequel, though, but whatever.
It's true.
Just saying.
Well, unless he sees B. Crones.
You want to throw her on, you can go ahead. I'm not going to fight you, but she's done like 3 movies.
Yeah.
So,
yeah, and she's amazing in each one of them.
So there's basically no way you can pit anybody else against her because nobody else she's been in movies with is on our list.
If we all thought Alexander Skarsgård was mesmerizing, other than his movie with Mia Goth.
Yeah, but
we could add him, and then we would.
Then you would boot him already.
Oh, that's right.
He'd be gone. There's no question.
There'd be no question.
So I'm not going to do that.
Yeah.
Yeah.
You can bring it up later when we forgot, and we have to rewatch this movie. That's what you should do, Murray.
Anyways, Mia Goth will have hopefully it's in the very near future, she'll have a mesmerized off just because I hope she's making more movies and whoever, eventually she's going to star in something with someone that's on our mesmerized list, and then I feel sorry for that person. So
yeah, I do too. Actually, I imagine she has 2 upcoming projects.
I would imagine she's got at least 2.
Yeah. But 2 is what we have listed. One is I think another sequel to X.
Oh, really?
Of course, I knew there was another one coming.
Yeah.
Cool.
Following Maxine, who was the only survivor of the bloody incidents of X, as she continues her journey towards fame to become an actress.
They made a prequel of the old lady, and now they're making a sequel
to the prequel, to the aftermath.
The actual movie.
That's right.
Keep it coming.
Keep Mia Goth coming.
Sure, turn out 7 more like Friday the 13th.
Why not? Sure.
Why not?
Anything Mia Goth's in, I'm going to watch.
Whatever.
She's awesome.
That was
I believe she is.
That was rewarding.
Isn't she also in the new Wednesday Addams thing?
Maybe.
I don't know.
I've never seen
Is that a movie?
But what I can tell you,
I wouldn't
what I can tell you is that I would literally murder my parents and eat them if she asked me to.
You already told us.
I'm just
that.
saying.
Yeah, I know.
Maybe I should just do it without her asking me to do it.
I did it for you, Mia.
I did it for you, Mia.
Like the guy who tried to shoot Reagan Because he was in love with Jodie Foster.
Yeah, that
Did
guy.
it for you, Jodie.
She was probably happy about that.
Yeah.
Doubt it.
Do you like cute dogs? Of course you do.
We have a cute dog, and we'll share pictures of her if you listen to our podcast.
We are Two Idiots and a Dog, and we talk about movies and other media.
And post pictures of our dog, Kaiju.
New episodes post weekly on podpage.com/TIAAD media.
You can also find us on Twitter and Facebook at TIAAD Media, and wherever fine podcasts are sold.
So give us a listen. You wouldn't want to disappoint Kaiju.
Who doesn't love dogs?
I love dogs.
Except that little shit next door who just was barking all day yesterday.
That's not kaiju.
No.
Last week on Rage or Dare, Jim excitedly picked the ever-funny Fran Drescher's opus, The Beautician and the Beast. I say opus, but maybe I mean the movie that ended her career. Well, I guess Jim's going to tell us all about that in a few short minutes. This week, I have a special, horrible, excruciatingly putrid film for the boys to watch. And no, they will not be pulling from my bag of evil remakes. I'm taking Bryce's mental health into my own hands this week. Are you ready, Bryce? Well, here it comes. Jim, and especially Bryce, are going to be watching The Wicker Man. No, not the bees. Glad I got all of that out. Now, here's Jim to tell us how my favorite hostess with the mostess apparently can also be a beautician.
So weird.
He's the best person that's ever lived. I love him so much. Okay. This film, Beautician and the Beast, starts with what has to be considered the funniest cartoon slander against Disney since 1996. Fran shows that no cartoon prince is going to mansplain or manipulate anything. And I laughed for like 2 solid minutes.
Nice.
And then I turned the film off. So this was Mondo.
No, you have to watch the whole thing.
What? I thought that was the movie, the cartoon.
Oh, no.
Oh,
Isn't that what the intro of our show used to be? Cartoon?
maybe.
I don't know.
But-
was it on TV?
Unfortunately,
Oh, I have no idea then.
I did actually turn it back on a day later and started watching again. Fran Drescher does what she does best through the entire movie: be a stereotyped Jewish New Yorker with a sexy 80s look in the 90s. And a voice that even when she's not trying to be funny, she is. I find The Nanny Goes to Europe, aka Slovencia, not as funny as The American Nanny, which was basically what this was. If you like The Nanny, you may like this film, because her character is the exact same and is obviously a role she does well. But I feel this one suffers from all the others. Fall in love with the prince from America / be a nun and find a captain, or be a hooker and find a rich dude type romance movie. It's not plausible. It's not funny. The accents of all the actors are badly faked and terrible, as you can imagine. The biggest issues in this film, other than the obvious, is that we don't get enough Fran's patented until the very end. There's nothing original in this film whatsoever. And movies along so fast that also makes it hard to believe, plus the fact that everything Fran does in every situation would have gotten her killed or fired by the terrible dictator played by the equally awful Timothy Dalton. Is that his name?
That's his name.
Yeah.
Bond.
James Bond. Yeah. It was really like we had already known the American version of this TV show, so that there was no development to the story. They just got right to the awkward and unbelievable romance with Franny and Timmy, which doesn't roll out well at all because there was no chemistry. So to sum it up, the nanny goes to Slovincia, has an unbelievable romance, annoying sound of music ripoffs, CLFs, terrible accents, except for Fran, TV-like script and acting, but it was amazingly funny because Fran Drescher is so hilarious. So it was Matt.
It was not.
No, it was awful. This is a rage. But every time Fran did something funny, I did laugh at her. She's adorable.
I'm just scanning
Like
through
your
our,
UHF.
I'm scanning through our movies right now because I swear I just watched The Wicker Man.
Okay, so we didn't watch The Wicker Man on
She
Rage or
not
Dare. We watched The Wicker Man because Nicolas Cage went up against what's her face from The Exorcist.
So why am I watching this
Blair?
again then? I just watched it.
Because he went to the Rage or Dare list.
That's insanity.
Take it up with Casey.
I know.
No,
No, so you have a choice.
I'm saying no.
You have a choice.
All right.
We either rewatch and we both watch it and it's on Rage or Dare, or we have to watch the original, which I also know you hated.
Well, at least I didn't just watch it.
It's up to you.
Watch the original.
That's your choice.
Yeah, well,
Watch the remake.
I'm going to watch the original then because
All
I just watched this.
All right. And so did I.
Yeah.
We both had to because
So-
do you remember why?
No, I don't remember who was against him.
It was what's her face from
What's her face?
From The Exorcist.
How could I forget that?
You know who I'm talking about, right?
No.
Ellen Burstyn.
Oh, really?
Yeah.
Oh, yeah. I remember now.
Yeah, exactly. That's why we rewatched it.
Oh, and who won?
I think Nicolas Cage must have because he's still there and she's not.
Is he still there? He's not on our mesmerized list anymore.
Isn't he? I don't know. You're looking at the list.
No,
I'm
he
not
is.
looking at the list.
He
Is he really?
Yeah.
Oh,
No one's
that's interesting.
taking out Nick.
Oh, there was that one movie I put up, Art of War or something with Jared Leto.
Yeah.
Yeah. And we couldn't
yeah.
agree because I thought Jared Leto and you thought him. So that was
There you
your
go.
fault too,
There you go.
by the way. I just want to remind all our listeners that most of the problems that we have with our podcast is Bryce's fault.
Yeah, I'll agree with that.
Yeah, perfect. So we will be coming back next week to watch The Wicker Man. One of them, either the original or the remake.
I'd laugh if you
Or both. We should really watch both.
I'd laugh if you guys didn't watch the same one. What? I didn't see that one. I saw the other one.
I mean, we know this is a perfect choice. It's not Casey's fault.
That
He
you
has
just
no
saw
way of
it.
knowing that we watched it for another reason. Right? It's not his fault. People can dare.
It's not his fault, but once we've watched it, we're not watching it again.
Why not? It's terrible. It's be fun. It's torture.
Oh, that's not.
You just don't want to be broken again. You're
just
tired of being
watched
broken.
it.
Yeah. Well, then we're going to watch the original. That's your choice. We'll take this offline, people. But as normal, the god of rage, Casey, the nerdy photographer, nailed it. That's all I want to say.
I'm not saying anything.
Button up, Buttercup. I can't wait. All right. What's happening, Murray?
Let's wait for the song to end.
Nice. Thanks, Ragers, for listening. Thanks to Extended Film Rage family you can find in our show notes. Thanks to Casey from The Nerdy Photographer, the voice of Rage or Dare, and also the God of Rage. Find us on social media everywhere at Film Rage YYC. Check out everything Film Rage at filmrageYYC.com, including our merch site for Redbubble and TeePublic. We are always wanting to make this raging blast for all listeners, so please comment, like, and subscribe, and send us an email to filmragecalgary@gmail.com. Dare us to see terrible movies to fuel our rage, but no matter what you do, please, 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 please make us rage. That's it for this week. Rage. Oh, no.
Rage on.